So we have Letter T, Targets, directed by Peter Bogdanovich, his directorial debut. Who just died, by the way, last year. So what better time to get into his filmography than now, I guess. This film was also just put up by Criterion, so go pick it up after this, because I do quite like this one. We have Boris Karloff playing an aging actor, a horror actor in this film. I forget his name, but they call him Orlok, or like that's the last name of the character, which is a nice little reference to Nosferatu. And at the same time, we have a Vietnam War veteran who likes guns, and he has a pretty good life for himself. He has a wife, he lives at home with his family, he sells insurance, and like I said, he has a lot of guns, and eventually goes crazy, decides to kill his family and go around, start shooting people. While we have the Boris Karloff and Peter Bogdanovich, who's playing he's playing a director, and he's trying to convince him to make an appearance at a drive-in theater for one more time before he decides to quit and leave Hollywood forever. And eventually, that's of course where the sniper ends up after going on a long killing spree. The two have a final conflict, basically. I thought this film was really great. I prefer all the stuff with the sniper character, just because it's really quiet. I've never really seen kind of violence done like this in a film. Not a lot of music going on. The way a specific scene of when he's on top of like an oil rig thing, it's just so disturbing. He's just on top. He has his whole layout of guns. He's on top of this bridge, and it's just shooting people and eating a sandwich at the same time. And it's like, oh my god. And the only sound you hear is of gunshots and cars swerving on the highway. But that's great. And then there's a lot of scenes of him kind of just driving around. Those are really well done because they don't really have any music going on. And they keep the tension up with just kind of getting chased by police. And it's just a lot of it builds up the anxiety well, in me at least. And a lot of like radio spots are being played, a lot of ads. 1968. I've seen a lot of comparisons made to Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I guess I sort of see it. Well, I saw the Targets more recently. I've not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in a while, so I don't really remember. I do know like both kind of have this that aging actor kind of thing, and this film actually does something that Tarantino would later do, taking these older actors and putting them in fresh new roles. But I guess that didn't really go far for Boris Karloff because he died shortly after this film would be made. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I probably should rewatch it if I want to like talk more in depth about it. Hopefully, this just is a quick little recommendation for you. Yes, please go check it out.